Alright. I figured, I wasn't gonna do one. Um, yeah, I wasn't gonna do one of these videos, just since I did, like, two in January, I want to say, but, with how everything's going, I guess might as well. Also, got nothing else better to to record, so you can't tell, but I'm smiling. Okay, now you can. But yeah. Really excited for this one. Mostly not because it's a super cool cryptid that I'm always fascinated by. But it's because this is the 10th episode of Cryptid Time. 10th episode of Cryptid Time. That is I didn't think it'd come this quick. If that is amazing. The 10th episode. Yes, I'm saying episode, even though it's a video, because it's an episode. It's a series. I sit down, I read from a book, I show you the cool illustrations. I think I know how to speak. No, I don't. I seriously don't. I don't know how to speak. But yeah, I honestly don't know how long this one will be. But I don't know if any of y'all are guessing what this is, but guarantee one of y'all might be right. Uh, it's it's one of the most dangerous, shall I say, yet most awesome, and I hope it's not real, but if it is, we're screwed, type cryptids. It's the Michigan Dogman. Not Dogman as in, like, the book, meaning Dogman as humanoid dog-like creatures that are super fast, sometimes solitary, sometimes live in packs, and will kill you. Will kill you. I noticed a lot too in most of my videos, or in most of my Cryptid Time videos. I mess with my hair a lot because it's distracting. Mostly because I'll look at the camera from after I'm done reading, and my hair's like friggin', and I'm going, what? Why is it standing up? It's weird. So today is a good day, and I might go outside after today, even though it's probably freaking freezing outside because it's February and February's weird. Like it looks like spring outside, but it probably feels like 30 degrees. I think Chico can hear me, and he's downstairs. Chihuahuas for you. But yeah. But yeah. Sorry, I'm going off topic. But anyways, yeah, you're not here for me to complain about the weather and how February. Well, it's not even February. It's March. Anyways, yeah, you're here most likely because you like cryptids, or they're just fascinating to you, and you're expecting a friggin' awesome looking terrifying illustration for this. Yes, I turned the page because it's on this page. That page. Yes, this one right here. That's moving. That's annoying. I annoy myself. If I'm annoying to myself, does that mean I'm extra annoying to friends and family? Probably not. But anyways, yeah. I'm going off topic and I'm being stared at by Snow White, who's just trying to sleep. It Cats. Best mammal you can have. Because the only thing you need to do is clean out their litter box and make sure they have food and water. And some toys, yeah, obviously. But other than that, they want nothing to do with you. Unless you're spirit. And that's a dog in a friggin' human form. But anyways, already 7 minutes and haven't even read the friggin' thing. Anyways, now let's get into the okay, making sure this is tight. And wait, oh, go people. Okay, I know where I'm at then. Yep, found it. That could have been bad. Anyways, let's get right into the section on Dogman. I don't know. Anyways, Michigan Dogman. The Michigan Dogman is a human canine chimera named for the state in which it is most often encountered. The Dogman has the body of a human and walks on two legs, but has the head of a wolf. It is sometimes asserted that the body of the creature is covered in fur, or that the hands also show canine features, but these traits are not common to all reports. The Dogman is often seen living in packs of wolves, where it is presumed to occupy the alpha position. Okay. The first documented sighting of the Dogman occurred in Michigan in 1887. The woods of northern Michigan were under extensive logging at the time, and it was two lumberjacks working in Wexford County who made the terrifying discovery. The two men were walking through the woods when they encountered what they thought was a feral dog. They decided to follow the animal, presumably due to the lack of entertainment. Sounds like a lot of people. that get bored and end up going on hikes or whatever, never to return. Sorry, dark. Uh, anyways, the dog ran inside a hollow log in the wind, and when the men tried to coax it out, a 6 foot tall man with the head of a wolf emerged instead. Right then and there, I think my soul would leave my body. That is terrifying. That, that you can just imagine it. They see the snout first, so they're thinking the dog is coming out, and then just this giant human. Well, I shouldn't say giant because most men are 6 foot, but still, this like big, I guess, dog to them crawls out of the log and stands up on 2 legs. That is. Now keep in mind, this is in woods too. The woods are a no-no place, shall we say? Because if you're not with people who know the woods, you can get lost very easily. Even if you're on a trail. Because if it's a hiking trail that has 2 splits, you don't know which one you went on. Then again, it's best to stay on the trail. But that would be creepy. You're just trying to get this like stray dog or feral dog out of a log, and just this giant menacing werewolf, guarantee you went through their mind. This giant werewolf just crawls out. Because guarantee it was a hollow log. Granted, they don't say how big the log was, but guarantee if it's a log, it's not that big. A 6 foot person can fit in there laying down. They can't stand up or sit down, really. Which means this creature crawled on all fours. Or, well, like belly slid on all fours out of the log. That is absolutely terrifying. Ain't that right, Spirit? The only problem with bandanas I have is this keeps coming untied. Okay, we're good. I got it tighter, which is why I stopped reading. But just imagine that is terrifying. I would love, but also hated to have been them. Because it's a creature that's been talked about and apparently cited for, I guess, years. But, well, like 1,000 years or so? 100 years, 200 years. Close to 200 years, I want to say. So that is a long time for anything like this to happen, which means there's something out there. Now, is it this? Don't know. But there's something out there that people are seeing, or something that's killing people too, depending upon where you're from. And it looks almost like this. It has the same characteristics and all of that. There has to be something out there with how many sightings there are. But who knows? Anyways. And when... Okay, hold on, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. The men fled. I do not believe that the feral dog... in quotation marks, so I went feral dog. the men were chasing turned into the Dogman. Rather, that the Dogman was already inside the log and emerged to defend a member of its pack. That, or it ate the dog. Or well, wouldn't they have heard yelping? Maybe one of the two. Either, but how would it I again remember that this person here also like talks, well, occasionally talk in first person about what they think. So yeah. But yeah, I agree. Either that or uh, I don't know, because I know they don't have magical powers. They don't shape shift. But if it did, then that was in the Dogman. Because Dogmen aren't shapeshifters. Who knows? Uh. Anyways. Okay. Reports of the Dogmen surfaced often in the years that followed, and in 1896 a farmer was found dead at his plow, the nearby ground covered in strange tracks. See what I mean? They're aggressive. In early 1903, a widow reported that a pack of wolves that walked like men circled her home every night. Did she move? Wait, widow? A widow means a female, right? Yeah, I think. I don't know. Well, did they move? Or were they found dead? Because it doesn't say here. Or does it? No. In 1911, a sheriff filed a report concerning 4 mysteriously dead horses. Really? Had to kill the horses? Had to kill an animal that friggin'... I want to say back then it was close to $1 million? Maybe? In nowadays money. But also, if it stayed the same price since then to now, like 1,000 or so. I don't know. I don't know how much horses. Actually, yeah, horses go for like tens of thousands of dollars most of the time. That's an expensive animal, but I've heard they're worth it, as long as you're not allergic. Anyway, again, the ground was covered in strange tracks. A ship captain shot a wild dog that attacked him from its hind legs in 1937. A priest saw strange scratches at the door of a church in 1939, and in 1950, 2 fishermen encountered the creature on the shore of Lake Michigan and fought it off with their oars. I don't think these creatures are defensive. I think they're aggressive. But granted, they're 6-foot tall, canine-like creatures. They also have a wolf head. You gotta think how much wolves eat anyhow. Because wolves can eradicate a whole herd of elk. Remember, elk. Elk are massive creatures with tons of meat on them. A whole pack can eat a whole herd, basically. Not in one setting, but over time that herd will go extinct. which is why in Idaho and Montana, where they're at, you can legally hunt them. Granted, if you hunt one, do what you do with deer and eat them, unless there's good reason, like it has sickness or parasites. But yeah, it you get that creature is probably just extremely hungry. It's probably like a Wendigo, where it has a bottomless stomach. But anyways, uh, while the slow, steady trickle of sightings made the creature famous across the Midwest, the Dogman finally achieved achieved national renown in 1980 when a radio disc what a radio disc jockey what okay in Traverse City recorded a spoof song about the legend. The song became a surprise hit, and over 100 people called into the station to tell their own encounters with the creature. Well, it was the 1980s. Never mind. Not gonna say anything about the 1980s. Anyways, while the Dogman is most commonly associated with northern Michigan, it is not unusual to encounter it elsewhere in nearby Wisconsin. The animal has been known as a beast of prey road. Yeah. Yeah, that one's interesting though, cuz it stayed in that area for years. Again, super aggressive. Like super duper ooper cooper duper looper aggressive. Don't judge, I'm rhyming a lot. But yeah, that's a I think that's more infamous than the Michigan Dogman, like stories or whatever. And then don't forget down in Louisiana, there's been apparently there's multiple people have said this, so I can't find anything on it, but apparently a certain city down there in Louisiana, cops have quit and like or have asked to go to work in a different city because of this so-called dogman that keeps on, besides killing cops, has been killing people, animals, just destroying everything in its path. That is, yeah, these creatures, if real, are extremely aggressive, which is why we stay in Pennsylvania or Utah or anywhere where there's tons of hunters. Or just go down to Texas. Almost everybody in Texas has guns. But then again, they also say there's also reports that dogmen really aren't phased by bullets. I don't know. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, Beast of Bray Road since the 1930s, when it was renamed for the location of a famous sighting that occurred in the southeast portion of the state on a quiet country lane near the town of Elkhorn. Reports of the Beast of Bray Road peaked in the 1970s and 80s, a time when many people were coming forth with accounts of sightings they had previously kept suppressed. Well, can you blame them? Most people nowadays they spit in your face if you say you think you've seen a Bigfoot. When there's tons of evidence that proves that Sasquatch is most likely real. It with cryptozoology, it, it's hard to get eyewitness reports, not because it doesn't always happen. It's mostly because those people stay silent because they've people will attack them. People don't believe them, even though you can tell if someone's seen one, uh, as opposed to someone who hasn't, just by listening to how they say it or how they say the story. Have them say it multiple times or whatever. Two, of course, over the years, you're gonna have people don't who have seen one, but it's been years past since they've been a kid, so they're obviously gonna have some things mixed up or be leaving stuff out because they forgot. But you can still listen to the tone of their voice, because when they talk about it, their voice will either shake because it scares them, and can you blame them? Most of these creatures are like 6 friggin' foot tall and muscular. Wild animals are muscular. I hate to say it. So you get like 7, 8 feet tall, muscular creatures, and people are gonna be afraid, just to go back to that time when they seen it, because it's terrifying. Or it's more of like I guess, uh, almost like you can tell if they're they're like passionate because or like excited to tell it again, because maybe it's someone like me who loves cryptozoology seeing one. That's anyways. Uh, the animal is often initially mistaken for either a wolf or a bear, understandably, as the creature is covered in a grayish brown fur. I don't know. I don't know any black bears that are grayish brown. I know black bears can be brown, but also I think I'd mistaken it for a wolf before a bear. Then again, with the size, could also be thinking it's a bear. But anyways, as the creature is covered, blah blah blah. Closer examination of the animal's head rules out the bear identification, as the creature's snout, face, and ears are universally described as canine. This is long. The beast is commonly reported to be 7 feet in length, longer than the gray wolf of nearby Minnesota. The beast of Bray Road and Michigan Dogman are often seen standing on their hind legs, a behavior that does not commonly occur in wolves. What do you mean commonly? It should not be does not commonly occur. It should be never occurs. Because it's a dog. Unless wolves act like dogs, where if they want to get a better advantage, they stand on their hind legs and look. Because, I mean, Chico's learning how to walk, but even still, wild wolves don't walk on their hind legs. So you should rule that out instantly. It shouldn't be written down here. Does not commonly. It should be does not happen. What? Anyways, let's see. A sense of the animal's intelligence and vaguely defined human like features are often also reported. Oh, yeah, I forgot that dogmen are super smart, too. Like, they know what they're doing. Creepy. Many observers also report that the eyes of the beast reflect light particularly well and appear to glow yellow. Well, yeah, which means they're most likely more active at night. Like as as we all know, Beast of Bray Road. Uh, I shouldn't say as we all, because some of y'all don't know, but as most of us know, if we've learned about Beast of Bray Road or have done our research, uh, the first sighting and the sightings after that have mostly come from like night, like evening, where it's starting to get dark, to dark, like midnight dark. Well, I shouldn't say midnight dark because it actually gets a little darker before the sun comes up, which is weird. Because the moon is like down at its lowest point, as they say, even though the moon really doesn't even move. Well, it does, but anyways, yeah, most of the time it's at night. That's my point. Um, there is also a long history of dogmen sightings in Minnesota, but two recent sightings. I don't know when this book came out, but yeah, again, don't know when it came out. Uh, but two recent sightings are particularly noteworthy. The first took place north of Duluth, I believe that's how you say it, at an Air National Guard facility in 1999. The observer, member of the 148th Fighter Wing, was on patrol when he not entered, a large wolf-like creature standing on its hind legs. The encounter was brief as the creature quickly ran into the woods. The observer was a trained member of the military and an experienced woodsman. Okay, and you can be experienced and still see new creatures. The second notable sighting took place at a Fergus Falls in the spring of a year before I was born, 2006. Which means that's actually not that long ago. That's 15 years. Oh, actually close to 16, but still, you get the idea. That's like 15 years ago. The encounter is remarkable because the creature was seen in broad daylight, meaning it's also active during the day. The observer, an avid hunter and outdoor enthusiast, was driving along a country road, when he spotted what looked like a large wolf stalking deer from its hind legs. The observer also noted that the hands looked long and slender with opposable thumbs. It is worth noting the vastness of the region known as the North Woods. This massive boreal forest covers half of Canada and stretches across the upper United States from Montana to Maine. That's a beautiful country, might I add. It is very possible that an undiscovered species. See, it's massive. It's like area. So Spirit's looking at me like I'm crazy. Uh, of mammal could remain hidden in this sparsely populated region. Most of the dogman sightings in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota have occurred within or very close to the North Woods. Some cryptozoologists believe the dogmen are actually a surviving population of direwolf. Dire wolves were I want to say about the size of a Great Dane. Or a bull mastiff, or like a mastiff, I should say. And they did not stand on their hind legs. But, anyways, a species thought to have gone extinct only 10,000 years ago. Well, I mean, same goes for Gigantopithecus, which is a giant ape from Europe, Asia, and North America. Anyways, common during the most recent ice age, this animal's range overlapped with that of the Dogman. The dire wolf was larger than the wolves today, but not as large as the Dogman is reported to be. See, but no, it is possible, however, that over 10,000 years of undocumented evolution, the dire wolf has increased in size. Maybe. But even elephants and whales shrunk during, like, at the end of the Ice Age. So I highly doubt it. But, yeah, anyways, that's the Dogman. Almost half an hour long video. But, or episode. Here's the friggin'. You can see it's holding on to a deer. It almost looks like someone walked up on it and scared it while it was eating. This thing is friggin' awesome. I like this. This is probably my most favorite, my most favorite illustration in this whole book. That is friggin' awesome. Anyways, let me know what you think the Dogman could be and Beast of Prey Road, and in the comments down below could be. Also, leave me know if you think it could be real. Because, I mean, this gave good uh yeah, this gave good why am I struggling? This gives good information on how it's possible it could still be alive. So I don't know. Leave me know what you think. Maybe it is alive. Maybe it's real. Maybe it isn't. What do you think? And do you believe?